Good morning. I hope you guys are doing good. It's a lovely Monday. It's a lovely Thursday. So let me just try and send the people the link for this live. Let me try and share that with the people. So now let's try and analyze a few and just take a look at what we can actually trade for the day. And thank you guys for 200k. 200k, it means that we're gonna get 200k, but like thank you for 200 subscribers and 8,500 views. So thank you very much. We grow as a community, right? So nonetheless, I want us to continue. Just look at the charts, because we also have NFP tomorrow and we have job claims today, and that's something that we also need to just take a look at with regards to that part. So let's get down to it. Yeah, let me remove this WhatsApp here. I'll just put it back. Let's take a look at gold. I want us to just go through gold, which is what I'm concerned, or rather what I'm here for. So what's going on? We will be going through gold. We'll be going through gold. Just gonna break down the charts, just explain what was going on yesterday from here, because yesterday we took a loss around here. Did we take a loss? Nah, it wasn't a loss. What, we hit break even, did we? I think we hit break even, or we hit stop loss, one of the two, but I do know that we took some loss around these areas, and I'm just going to explain a few of what happened exactly and what could have we done differently, and then what are we looking at for today. You understand? That's some of the other things that I want us to look at. And this is 15 minutes time frame. Let me go to 3 minutes time frame. Let's take a look at 3 minutes so that I can clearly see what was going on. Oh yes. Yeah, I think I'll definitely explain what was going on. Let me try and respond here. It's actually, there must be a loss, but that is when the market didn't go as was instructed. True. Please. Okay, let's get down to equity. I hope you guys are doing good though. And if you have anything to say, feel free to also just drop it there in the comment section. So right, let's getting back to the charts. Right, yesterday before I still remember I was live. If you go and check also the stream from yesterday, we were looking at some price, right? We were looking at some confirmations, or rather we're actually waiting for some confirmations on gold, being either, I still remember I had a trend line from here to there, right? I had a trend line from here to there, and I did say that if price actually breaks above, then we were looking at continuation, and the target for this, when it breaks above, it was this, and then if it actually breaks below, we were looking at this. But then now what had me confused, which is obviously understandable, I cannot always be as correct, like I can't be fully correct sometimes, right? But I tried to now recheck what was the mistake, not even a mistake, what is that I actually missed out of what I saw around here. So what I saw from my point of from my side was that now when I looked at this low, right, I think I used also 15 minutes or 5 minutes, I think one of the two, where is it? I do know I used 15 minutes and 5 minutes time frames to take a look at what exactly is going on this low. So what I found was that it is a definite low, but it was an invalid low to a point which it doesn't hold that much value as to we can use it as a low. From certain principles that I use in trading, there are certain things that we do look at to know which low holds as a proper low and which one doesn't hold as a proper low. But then back then I didn't even see this valid price right here, right? That was the valid price that I did not see back then. So what I was looking at was down, if this was an invalid low to be used as a low according to my principles, then it means that the only lows that could have been used at this point was, which one was this low and this one. So it means that this one was just an in-between price that we could have not used, right? Now as price was breaking below, I saw that okay, since when we have this one as a weak low, right, I mean as an invalid low, it means that price is definitely going to push upwards. So that's something that it was too obvious to me, because if we do have an invalid price that's blocking our trend line, so basically it's like the trend line passes through the invalid price. So it means that okay, now, because according to my principles, I do know for sure that if we do definitely have an invalid price within two lows that we are or two lows, or even if it was two highs, right, if there's an invalid price between that blocks the trend line, it means that we have we have the price, like the price is going to respect the above trend line in some sense. So we did even have this weak trend line. So to me, I was clearly also just looking for what I was clearly just looking for buys already, because it was a definite trend line, but it was an invalid one to a point that the only thing that I was waiting for was buying opportunities from my side. But then as price went and cleaned out this invalid price, that's when we started buying in the VIP group. We started buying from this point. And one thing that's trying to forgetting is if whether we did actually hit at break even, or we did take it took us out at stop loss, one of the two. But I think we did hit stop loss necessarily, because I don't remember telling them let's put stop losses at break even. So we hit stop loss definitely. But then after we hit stop loss, that's when I saw, not even exactly at that time, that's when I saw later on when price was starting to push even upwards, that oh, there was some certain valid price that it came for that it was actually respecting, and that's why. So it means that from this point it was actually respecting what? It was respecting this trend line, even though from my point of view I failed to have done the right decisions to take that part. It means we could have actually gotten what? That sell, and we could have exactly exited right here, because according to the trend line it says that you need to target recent lows if we are using what? If we are using the supporting trend, and if we are using the resisting trend, we need to target what? What's this thing? We need to target the recent highs, right? So from here it means that price was actually respecting this. It means that one could have actually bought from here, because after it respects, we're looking for a rejection, right? So from here you can see it started rejecting, going to the upside. As soon as it was going to the upside, one thing that I also just clearly tried to mark out later on was, to be honest, I thought now price is doing what? I thought that price is definitely going to push exactly from here and just continue to respect what? The 2680. Unfortunately, from this price, it was just a rejecting as a form of just a rejection from a trend line to the next trend line. So from this point, we had this rejection not holding. So this rejection was a trend line rejection from here. It was a trend line rejection. We didn't exactly have what? We didn't exactly have the confirmations as to like the right confirmations to be respecting this valid price. So this was just a rejection of a trend line, hence it also came and respected this part, and then after respecting this weak trend line, what happened? It also rejected again after it hit the hedging key zone. So from that hedging key zone, we also had another rejection which came to clean out the very same lows which were weak. So this was just a weak low in under 3 minutes. So that's the only confirmations that we got from like the clear buys that are heading towards the 2680 is this one. So we only have this one because this one failed to give us the same this confirmation. So this one is the one that clearly gave us the current confirmations of the bullish push to the upside. So from here, that's what I want us to look at as to is gold really going back to that 26 area level, or is it failing? So this one we have to just remove it and just leave it as it is. So it means from this point we just need to understand that we the confirmation could have gotten from exactly right here, and then stop losses could have been right below here, and the target has to be what? The 26. We're still targeting what? We're still targeting the 2680 because that's the key price that we want to go for. But right now, since well, we also have like what's this? We have job claims today, which we definitely know that it's gonna affect gold. But I always mention this part: gold is not dependent on gold is not dependent on what's this thing? Gold is not dependent on the state's economy. It has its own external factors that gets that part. But from that point, from my point of view at this point, I'm still seeing those clear buys from my side. Gold has to still continue doing that. So the only thing that we're gonna be doing today on gold is just identify some key points that can be used as entries, or something like continuation to the upside, and what to focus on from my side. Because also looking at like one of the other things that was shocking was also USDJPY. Before we can get back to gold, was USDJPY, because USDJPY kept on pushing and it reached the main target that I have been talking to about. You might have not been there when I was talking about USDJPY, but I only shared this thing to the VIP group. I still remember it reached that main target, which was this one, and from here I think the fact that we also have because keep in mind it's gonna do what? It's gonna do this. Let's go back to gold. I want you to see the correlation that I'm trying to explain right here, right? I want you to see the correlation that I'm trying to explain to you right now. Where is that gold? Look at what happened here on gold. I want you to see what happened. Price dropped, respected what? Respected the trend. Respected the trend line principles, right? What happened after it respected? Rejected, right? After it respected the trend line, after it respected this trend line, what happened? It rejected. Only because there was city, and there could have been like price could have actually continued in the same direction as to like pushing higher, only if this price here gave us the same principle, like it gave us the same principles as this one, it could have continued going upwards. But because this one failed to give us all of those principles, that's why it came back again as a rejection from here, and then rejection again as a principle to push to the upside, respecting this part, right? But what you just have to focus on right now is this part that I'm trying to explain. What happened after this rejection? After price respected this trend line, the principle held again as a rejection. So what are we expecting on USDJPY? Just giving you a point of view what to expect. Where's USDJPY? Then we will go back to gold because gold is not looking clean. So what's going on right now on USDJPY? This is something that you must take note, right? And Unfortunately, if you don't have the principles on how to identify how trend lines works, unfortunately, I'm sorry, but right now let's take a look at this. There was a trend line, and from this trend line it says what? It will respect the highest price. Which one is our highest price at this point? Our highest price is this one. What happened? It reached that highest price. What are we expecting? We're expecting a rejection. Do you understand what's going on about trend lines? Simple, clear, and forward. So from here, from my point of view, my point of sight, or whatever, I'm clearly going to be looking at a rejection. From my point, looking at a rejection, pushing USDJPY to the downside, pushing USDJPY to the downside. And we definitely also have a rejection point which came here. Unfortunately, I was not there. It's not that I see it. Someone could have gotten their sales from that point, and could have been a proper sale from exactly right there, and then pushing until which price? Go to a higher time frame, take it to the highest time frame. You're gonna use the recent lowest price inside, the lowest price after the breakout, right? The lowest price after the breakout is exactly this one. Then you take it from there, 0, no, take it from, this is from, yep, this is from, and this is 2. Take it from there. We will only be targeting what? Fibonacci areas now. Target Fibonacci areas. Target Fibonacci areas. So our lowest price that we will be targeting from this point is clearly which one? 50. It's 50%. Is the 50% and down to the 61.8. So the only things that we will be doing right now is just get those confirmations, continuation, and get the hang of it. I do know we have this part right here. We do have this as a rejection point, but yeah, this is definitely a rejection area. This one, it's a rejection area. This one, just have to see how it holds from that price. It's definitely a rejection area, but also, yeah, let's just take a look at 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes doesn't have anything. It's only 3 minutes that shows as a rejection. Do we have any point that we can confirm? Yes, we do have, but it's a forced trend line, this one. Did we have a breakout and confirmation? Yes, we had it. So continuation exactly started exactly from here. This is where we got our continuation. We got a continuation exactly right there. So the target's exactly now, it's not just 61.8 and the 50 level. You need to be targeting the recent lows, and your recent lows that you have from here to the downside is most clearly this and this. So you're targeting exactly this price to this price. These ones are just key factors that we'll be looking at. So we just need continuation. We just need continuation price. I'm still concerned about this area because it's there. It's clearly a rejection price. Definitely clear rejection price. It's definitely a clear rejection price. It's definitely a clear rejection price. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We are going to sell USDJPY. Going to identify, we have, okay, we do have. So what we're going to do is sell USDJPY right now. How do you determine the rejection? I'll answer that part. Just check the VIP group right now. George. George. Is it Georgia or George? Yeah. Check the VIP group right now. I'm sending something in the VIP group. I'm gonna send something in the VIP group. Just stay vaker. Just stay vaker there. I'm gonna send something in the group. Just stay vaker. But your profile account was high. Yeah, we're gonna rock USDJPY and we're rocking it to the downside. And to answer that question on how it's George. Yeah, just keep on checking the VIP group. I'm gonna send something in there. And then you said you're saying there, Warren, if I may ask, or I'm gonna answer that part of rejection, and but if I may ask, is it possible for USDJPY to at least to retest at that high and continue to the upside? Spare that, is it possible that you see we can retest at that high and continue? You mean like retesting at this high? I think I understand what you're saying. Maybe you're saying maybe price retest this price and then continues. Is it what you're saying? If that's what you're saying, it's possible. It can. It definitely can. To be honest, it can. That I cannot lie about. It definitely can. But from my point of view of just looking at those principles, if you saw USDJPY, I mean gold, right? If we go to gold right now, we're gonna get into that trade. Just wait, I'll give you the confirmations when we end. So if you take a look at what happened here on USDJPY, which I'm answering the part of how do you determine the rejections, right? There are certain keys. Unfortunately, like I'm trying to not also spill the beans, because it is definitely part of the mentorship program. But just to spill a little bit, because people are gonna access this, they're going to access this stream, but I'm just gonna spill a little bit. There are certain keys that unfortunately it feels like I can't, even if I try to hide it. But I'm just gonna give you a few tips, right? Which is trend lines. I'm just gonna give you a tip about trend lines. If a trend line is respected, especially, okay, we have a supporting trend, right, which is gonna be this one, a trend line that you draw below, right? But there are certain principles that you need to understand on how to draw trend lines, because if you don't draw it properly, then it's not gonna say that, it's not gonna follow the principles, right? There are things, okay, there are certain formats, or that there's each and every high has its own format. So the combinations of those formats will always result in the trend line telling you what's gonna happen. Hence, I told you even from the yesterday stream that we do have this one as a weak trend line. Most definitely, price is doing what? Price is going to push upwards, or meaning it's gonna come and break above, because I knew that this is a weak trend line. That's why I'm like, there are certain formats that I look at that identifies that the trend line is definitely going to be broken above or not. Hence, from this one, though this one we even had this trend line, I saw that because we have an invalid low that that blocks the trend line to do its purpose, meaning that if someone, especially for people who draw trend lines like this, now I'm just gonna show you something. Let's say we have 1 2 3, right? And you want to draw your trend line, and your trend line passes exactly from this point to that one, and it just only touches the wick. That's a proper trend line. But as soon as you start having a trend line that passes through one of any high or anything, it's an invalid trend line for me, because in the principles it says that each and every touch has its own condition, and if the condition of that high is not following the principles, it means that it's blocking the purpose of that. So you can't be jumping, you can't draw a trend line jumping from this one to the next one. So it means that already whatever that happens, if let's say this was a rejection trend line in some way, we were expecting sales, but then because of this, it means that prices definitely may reject, but then just know it's going to come back above and just break above. There are certain principles that you need to understand when it comes to that, you understand? But for now, that's why I'm like, from me, that's why when looking at this price, what happened is that after the trend line was respected, it went, if it's a resisting trend line, it's gonna go to the highest price, right? To that highest price, what do we get after that? We get a rejection. Okay, from this one, after, when it's a supporting trend line, it goes to the lowest price. What happens after it reaches the lowest price? It rejects. So do you see that there are certain things that it attests to when it comes to that? I think like we're gonna also miss gold right now. I think we're gonna miss gold while I'm busy trying to blab a lot right here. I think we're gonna miss a lot there on gold while I'm talking a lot instead of looking at. But we're gonna look at USDJ. The thing is, I also don't want to miss USDJPY at the same time. I also don't want to miss gold. You know, there's too many things at one time. You know, there's too many things at one time. I don't want to miss everything, but at the same time, I also want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. Yabo. Ish. Gulungu. Talk to me. Which one to go for? Ngulungulu, talk to me. Which one to go for? Which one to go for? This one is a bit tricky. This one, yeah, gold is a bit tricky right now. For me, it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. You know, and I don't want to trade just because it has done something. Like, to me, it's like it doesn't feel right to be focusing on gold, to be honest. I have a few analysis. I need someone to confirm for me if there's anything I can send to you. Yeah, there's my number there. You can see there's my number right below, right here. Right here, you see there's my number, my WhatsApp number. You can send there. It's not a train smash, but let's just leave gold for now. I don't see the right confirmations. George, check the WhatsApp there. Check WhatsApp, the VIP group there. I think we have to just load those cells now. Let's check 5 minutes time frame. Yeah, let's just load those cells on USDJPY. You know, let's just load those cells. Use proper risk management. Don't go too crazy on it. You know, just okay. Let's sell USDJPY. To answer, who was it? To answer pair, yes, the retest is possible. It can retest, but at this point, let's give it a benefit of a doubt. To be honest, this one is just a continuation, benefit of a doubt. Anything is possible, so we're just gonna sell USDJPY. We're giving it a benefit of a doubt. It's not me. I don't say we trade because of a benefit of a doubt. I don't think it's gonna sell. We're taking the trade because it's continuation. So yeah, let's sell USDJPY. Okay, let's sell USDJPY. Sell USDJPY. We use proper risk management on this one. We don't want to go too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Okay. I'm personally using my prop firm account. I'm a funded trader, by the way. I'm a funded trader. So I'm using my prop firm account. I'm a funded trader myself. Fortunately, I cannot show the details, but you're gonna see I've executed it's gonna show it right there. Why is it not showing? Yep, you can see right there, still running negative 3.5 3 point something dollars there. I have executed one trade, 0.20 lot, and yeah, that's the trade right now. And I'm gonna send the setup in there right now, ne? We're just gonna take it. We took a trade exactly from here. What's going on? We're just gonna say we took the trade from there, and then just use 15 minutes time frame. That's where we actually executed the trade. And for this one, I think we need in terms of like stop loss, hence I'm saying we need to be using proper risk management, is because with the stop loss, I'm not gonna be too vague about it. I'm not gonna be using the principles of how we identify stop losses and everything. We're just gonna be too vague about it and just, you know, go nicely on the stop loss and everything. We just need to be accurate about stop loss, which is very, very decent to be doing that, because I don't want to be inserting stop losses that's gonna be that is clearly gonna be hit. So use proper risk management, because we are holding holding the trade, with a stop loss open for now. The target I will mention. Right, so with the in terms of the targets now, this is just a rejection to the downside. I think now I just need to be identifying the actual targets. What are we actually looking at in terms of that price? As I mentioned, we're looking at Fibonacci key zones, so it will be the 50%, which is around this price, and then we also have the 61.8 landing at around this price. So I'm just gonna be executing another trade there on USDJPY. I'm taking 0.020 again. Let me also take another sell there again. Let me take another sell again. Hey, what's going on with my network now? You know, even in the morning the network was just like that. And take another sell, 0.20. Right now I'm running in. I took 0.30. I didn't take 0.20. So now I have 0.50 lot in total. What's going on? You see this network now. I have 0. Trying to enter a trade, it's doing these things. Now I have 0. I'm going to add 0.30. So now I have a total lot of 0.50 lots entered. So currently that's what I have right now on USDJPY. 0. You can see right now -8, -10. That's the lot that I'm having right there right now. We're going to hold the trade up until the lowest price. Okay, let's take it from 4 hours. Not 4 hours, 30 minutes. Let's take it from 30 minutes. This will be our first target. This price, this will be our first shift, and then our last price will be this one before the actual 61 point something. So we're only going to have 2 targets that we'll be focusing on, which will be 145, 145.20, 145, 120. 145 120, and also 144.080. So those are gonna be two of our targets that we'll be focusing on USDJPY. The rejection can it's possible that we can actually get the rejection, as someone mentioned there, a retest, as a retest to the upside, but we're looking at the principle, respected the highest price. Now we're just looking at the rejection of a trend line, not a rejection of any other price per se. But let's take a look at this. This can be two ways. Let me see whether we have something that I'm not seeing here. Let me see if there's something that I'm not seeing from this price. Okay, I'll just mark one, and another one as potential would be this one and also this one. So we have two potentials that are literally the lowest price possible. So I'm just gonna leave them right there just for now. These are potentials. We will only consider them if price respects that drop. As for now, if it drops and drops, and then maybe it's also leading us towards those key points if possible. If it doesn't, then we know that these key zones, we will come for them in the near future if possible. But we're just gonna keep it right there for now, and just leave it right there, and then yeah. But my lowest target will be this price. If it doesn't hold until there, then I'll be taking an L. I'll be taking an L. Negative 40, negative $50. Can still see right there, I'm still running negative 50, negative 40. So I'm just gonna keep on holding the trade, and yeah. Let's go to gold. Eish. See this one. Eish. I'm telling you, this one is the one that's paining me. I'm not lying. Gold is most definitely going for 26. See this price? This one is the one that's painful at this point, because most definitely it's definitely like a buy, but as I said, I didn't wanna enter because it just feels wrong. To be taking that trade from my point of view. But it's pushing. I guess maybe it will just continue to that 25.40 something. It's okay, it's just a missed trade, but just know that the target exactly would be the 26.80. that would be your target. If ever there was any point at any price that maybe you're holding buys on on gold, your target has to just be 26.80. That's the last price that I am looking at as to gold can reach from just those key points. That's something that you can look for. But from my point of view, missed the trade, it's okay. USDJPY is also just doing its it's just doing its mawaza right now. You can see that loss is a big one. Right now. It's a big one. It's a big one, this one. But we just hold the trade. We'll just hold the trade. Plus it's rejecting. and the candlestick closes at in the next coming 2 hour 34 minutes. So yeah, let's see. Yes, let's give it a benefit of a doubt. Let me see how much am I targeting out of that trade. Let me see how much am I targeting out of that trade. If it does go well, the trade would be at least I'm targeting 500 plus 500 plus 500 plus, let me check, 500 plus, so I'm targeting 800. Okay, so it means that out of this trade I'm just going to be making $800. If it doesn't go in my direction, then I might lose exactly around $150 or $120 max. I think $120 or $110, and then just mixing out the TP will be this one, then it's gonna be 800 and something dollars if it does go there. But for gold right now, yeah, gold is trying to push there. I'm just praying it drops. I'm not saying someone who entered buys or anything is I'm saying bad things, but I just hope it drops back to the 61.8 and then it starts buying from this key point. I'm just hoping it does that. But if it doesn't, because I see 3 minutes, I'm too skeptical about the 3 minutes time frame at this point, because yes, this candlestick right here, it's a confirmation, but I also doubt that it's going to hold. So hence I'm saying if it can just come back to the 61.8 level, I'll be a happy person, because then I can focus on like finding buys after that, then just enter and just hold those buys. But at this point I was too skeptical about the 3 minutes time frame. And the 15 minutes time frame, yes, it gave us a rejection. You know, that's a big rejection, by the way. We have a big rejection right here, so I'm just hoping it drops just to come and give us an entry right below, and then we can enter the buy if possible. If it doesn't, it does not. USDJPY, let's keep on holding that USDJPY. I'll just keep you guys updated, you know, as to where are we going. And with regards to what do we as I mentioned, we have job claims, ne? We have job claims, and okay, let me do this, ne? I'm gonna show you guys a blank sheet on the screen, because I wanna send something in the VIP group right now, so I can't show you guys the screen. I cannot show you guys the screen. Right, now I can bring it back. Voila. Right, I was just sending them the setup. Right now. But what is that you guys want me to analyze for now, while though we have a trade running? But what do you guys want me to analyze? What do you guys want me to analyze right now? And then we can take a look at it. But yeah, Euro USD. Yo, it's like after sending the setup in the VIP group, SDJPY just keeps on rocking. Yo, it's a rocking right now. See this? This is deadly. I don't wanna lie. That's deadly. Yo, yo. That one I'm not gonna lie. This is a deadly move. This one. I don't like it. I do not like what I see there. This, that's deadly. I don't like it. From my point of view, I do not like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's like it's moving in correlation with gold. You know, I don't like what I see there. I don't like what I see. I'm being honest. Yes, that one will blow accounts. Yeah, man, I don't like this one. I don't like this thing that I see right here. I don't like it unless maybe otherwise it just stays like that and this coming candlestick just, and then yeah, that will be better, but I don't like this. Honestly, I do not like it. That's a barrier. That's a tombstone. That's a tombstone. But let's look at the Euro USD. Let's look at the Euro USD. But gold, gold. I want gold to come here, just to come and give us like proper. Okay. Euro USD. Euro USD has been dropping. Ooh, look at this. Here it was a mess. It was a mess right here. What was I doing? But Euro USD right now, I'm on sales on Euro USD. Yeah, if you are on sales on Euro USD, you are in it for a long one, because I think the sales started exactly from here. If I take a look at it properly, maybe somewhere around here. That's where the sell started. But from my principle in trading, maybe let me check 3 minutes, because also 3 minutes says something, and then you might find that I'm wrong. But from my principle, like there's chances that price can come back for a retest, maybe not even just around here, but maybe exactly around here. That's what my principle is saying. Because looking at 15 minutes time frame, price never came back to give us the right confirmation. Like we didn't have any confirmation from here as to price is definitely pushing to the downside, and we also have an outstanding price for a retest possible at around those key points. We're not even sure when is it going to come, but for sure a retest would have to come. If otherwise, then chances are that price can even also just push upwards even higher, because what happens with the retest is like principle, or one of the certain principles that in trading there are certain principles that you need to understand when it comes to trading. I don't want to lie, that they hold so much that you need to understand how will price react. From my principles of trend lines, yes, there's most people are definitely looking for long-term sales exactly from here, but we don't have confirmations that price is definitely selling. Like, we don't have those confirmations. So what is it saying? It says that if we don't have the confirmations that price has the momentum to push to the downside, it means price is coming back for a possible retest. And if it comes back and doesn't give us the confirmations of those sells, then it's gonna push even higher, because it doesn't necessarily say as much as we are looking for a retest, it means that it will definitely hold. Barring I bought USDJPY. Oh, you bought USDJPY. I'm holding sales. And if you bought, that's okay. If you bought, that's okay. I want you to be able to teach yourself from your own analysis. I have my own analysis. I have my own way of trading, and my own way of principles can work sometimes, can sometimes be violated. If your own says something, stick to it. The biggest teacher here, it's not me. The biggest teacher is the market, because only it can tell us which one was wrong. If I was wrong, I'll get my own punishment. If you were wrong, you get your own punishment. But it's not to say that you were wrong. Certainly, it's like you're gonna learn something out of every setup that you make yourself personally. So yeah, hence I'm still saying this one, Euro USD, stay safe. Stay safe with long-term sells. We haven't had the right confirmations. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We haven't had any right confirmations ever since we got price broke below right here. From all the time frames being 30 minutes, 15 minutes, we haven't had those confirmations that price is definitely holding as sells. So that's what I'm going to say. Stay safe, and because price can definitely be, price can reject, and the rejection can be very, 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 very tough to handle. But I'm just gonna give you some prices to look at on Euro USD for now, right? I'm gonna take it from, let me start with 15 minutes and see what 15 minutes says. Okay, 15 minutes we don't have anything. Let me check 5 minutes. I wanna show you something. Okay, 5 minutes also we don't have the right thing, so I think we can only just stick to 30 minutes. Okay, from 30 minutes we do have one. Okay, 1 2 1. Okay, 1, right? So under 30 minutes we do have this one, and this is a weak high, strong high. Am I right? Yep, strong high, weak high. So the only thing that you can definitely be looking at from my point is because at this point now it could have been better if one of the two was strong and the other one was weak, but at this point we have both of them as weak. We have this one as a weak trend line, we have this one as a weak trend line. Nothing holds price accountable to push in one direction. So it says doesn't say two different things, but it says that one of the two has to be respected with full principles, and this one didn't have the right full principles. This one, so any of the trend line that will be respected with full principles is the one that will hold price in that direction. So for now we definitely know one thing for sure: price failed to do what? Price failed to do, let's do one with this cable. So price failed to respect this one with full principles. We only have this one outstanding as a trend line. If price breaks above, right, price breaks above and gives us all one of the two principles that says price has to push in that direction, either being a breakout, retest, breakout, a breakout, engulfing, and then long tall. Fortunately, then that will be what you should be focusing on. If price does that, if price gives us full confirmations, then my point of view is start looking for buying opportunities only and only if those principles are met. After, it can come back to this area, which is this price. It can come back again to this price, retest, and give us the principles for sales, then it's okay. But if it comes and breaks above and start pushing, and then breaks above and then gives us those principles of the push, then not only will you be targeting okay, your highest price at this point is just disappointing. You're just gonna be focusing on that. So that will be your first TP to focus on. From my point of view, that's the highest TP that you'd have to focus on. Otherwise, then it means you may be even pushing it even higher, possibly, yeah, maybe possibly around this point, or even worse. To cut this one, maybe around here. That would be, because okay, this one can hold, but your first priority TP would have to be this one. So whatever that happens after that, then that's on you to see. Not even on you, that's upon the market structure. Because if price breaks and then comes back for a rejection to the downside, maybe respecting retracements and then starts pushing again, then it's okay. But then if price then just somehow pushes upwards and respects it until the TP, that's all you need. That's all you need if price does that. So you have to just only have two ways to look at this. Either it comes here, it respects with those principles, and then if it respects that with those full set principles, because we're only missing one principle for it to sell properly. If it does give you those principles, then you know that you can go for those sells and just hold accordingly. And then with the buys, if they come, then you know what to do. So you're going to be trading a reaction. So that's my advice to you on to trading this one. It's a matter of you just understanding what is the trend line saying. Hence I'm saying, if our resisting trend line was strong and then this one was weak, it could have been better, because it would have been saying that we're looking for the third principle to sell properly, and we're also looking for a rejection, which both of them, they are in the same direction. But then if both of them, they are saying, the other one says sells, the other one is saying look for buys, then it means you need to wait for either one of them being respected with full principles. Then then it's the one that's holding. So that's why I'm saying, even right now, from my point of view, we still miss that. There's something still missing there on Euro USD. USD JPY is still stuck at one price, because you can still see the negative 150, almost 150. It's not moving, it's just stuck at one price. So we'll just see how it moves. But from my point of view, structure wise, we are still looking at a drop to the downside. That's what I'm looking at. A drop, continuation to the downside, a rejection of a trend line, and 50%, and also the recent lowest price as a form of targets. 50%, 61.8 level, which is just almost at this low. If price doesn't respect the trend, not even the trend line rejection, then we take a loss, and then we sleep. Not even sleep, we rest. I guess gold is also stuck. I guess gold, from my point of view, since we missed that gold buy, I'm still saying this. Just if ever it happens that you are in gold buys, then target 26.80. That should be your highest price target on gold. Though we know gold can just do whatever it likes, it can just can respect your entries and everything, but the highest price that I'm still looking at on gold reaching is 26.80. And it's still cold. Still cold. And this one we have been waiting. I thought maybe we could have like NZD, Euro NZD coming to these prices, so that we can start looking for like long-term buys. It failed me, because like the buys, the targets for Euro NZD is that area. So I've been waiting for the setup to play out. It hasn't. I might as well just leave it as it is. But I'll just keep it there, just for next time. And okay, what else do you guys want me to analyze? Just while we're just looking at that part, while we're still waiting for the price to do as it does. And thank you for those who are subscribing, right? You guys, thank you for the 200, as I always say, 200k subscribers, though it's 200. So thank you for the subs as well, because TikTok is just a platform that doesn't allow me to go live anymore. It bans my accounts every now and then, and it saddens me, because I haven't really had that time. AUDUSD, ne? Okay, we can go to AUDUSD, because you can see right here we also have what's this part? We have DXY. I haven't analyzed DXY in a while. It has been like last time I analyzed, I wasn't even just doing the right analysis. I just said maybe we're just looking at DXY pushing back up because of those news reports that we have been having. I see a trend line break on Euro NZD for for a buys. Now we're gonna jump on it. Let me start with AUDUSD first. I don't like what I see there on AUDUSD. Let's start with 4 hours. Let's just take a look. If you look at how I do my analysis, currencies I want to go for like higher time frames because of spreads. It's only necessary for me to only do smaller time frames only because of I'm trading on a prop firm. If I wanted to place a trade on my live account, then it means I would have to be looking at higher time frames. I would only go to smaller time frames if I'm using a live account, because spread wise, two different things. But yeah. USD. That's like the lowest price. Okay, I see something, but I want to check something first as well before saying something that's out the line, because high time frames we don't have any set of confirmations that we can be using. To be honest, it's confusing me now. It's clearly confusing me because it says something different from what I see. Yeah, it's really confusing me. I don't want to lie. It is confusing me, and I'm afraid to make a mistake. But mistakes do happen. I can do something wrong, but let me just not take it that much into my head and just do what's necessary, because 4 hours is just saying something different, which is scary to even focus on. But if it's true, then it means that I'm in it for a long while. I see, the part of me is in denial of what I see. I don't want to lie. A part of me is in denial of what I see on 4 hours. A part of me is in denial. I don't want to lie. That's the part of me of trading, and the part of being in denial. Yes. Yeah. Let me just show you what I see on 4 hours. But I'm not going to be doing like a full analysis. I'm just gonna show what I see, and I'm in denial of what I see. And God forbid, because if it does that, I see danger there on USDJPY. If it does that, I see danger. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just in denial of what I see. It's okay. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But yes. If I plug here to there and I push it to that price there, right? And then we do have this one. We do have this trend line as a weak TRL. So it's a weak trend line. So according to the principles, isn't it gonna sell? That's what I see. Like that's why I'm like, if I'm in denial of what I see, and USDJPY says, if AUDUSD says it's a sell, you see USDJPY, it means I'm in it for a deep one. It means we're gonna rot there on USDJPY, and I'm scared of it because now I'm in denial of what I see. So okay, now looking at this price, we do have this as a weak TRL, right? The principles say that okay, we did have the breakout. We do have a breakout right there, right? Okay, from the breakout, did it do the principles? No, it did not. So what do? We look for a retest. The retest came twice, came for as this price, and this one also failed, came for this one and this one, and then started selling from this area. So our confirmations exactly started from here, not even there, exactly right here. So that's what I see. I'm in denial of what I see. So that's why I'm like, I'm just gonna keep quiet because I see it. I see it because ish. And now with the only thing that say now the only target, like the target wise, now if it doesn't respect this part, which is what I see, it means that the target on USDJPY is not this one. You're gonna even target the low, because like we can't take this one as a low, so it means you're gonna target this one. That's what it says. That's what it says on USDJPY if it does sell. That's the craziest thing. So I'm in denial of what I see. That's, I'm being honest, I'm in denial. So I'm not gonna say it's gonna sell or it's gonna do anything. But if it does sell, just know that the targets will be the lowest price on USDJPY. I mean on AUDUSD. USDJPY, because we know correlation, we do know that USDJPY and AUDUSD long term, they don't go in the same direction. That's for sure. So that's why I'm like, yes, because we're looking for long term sales nyana there on USDJPY as a rejection. That might be a tough one, but I also don't want to be too much. I don't want to like place too much stake on AUDUSD sales because we do have strong buys. I don't necessarily have like a worst part is daily. Let's take a look at weekly. It's another buy. Monthly it's neutral. It doesn't matter there. But for the fact that we also have so much, and you see the only problem starts when they say it sells there. But the only problem that I do have there is because the daily technicals there, they say that it's a strong buy. So anything is possible. They could be like, it could sell but not now. Like there's so many things or so many factors that we can look into that could also push price to the upside. So that's why I'm like, I'm too in denial of what I see there. From my point of view, if it does that, I'm a dead man. If it does that, I'm a dead man. I'll just give you the benefit of a doubt because of Euro USD as well. We do have a weak TRL right there. If it does respect the TRL, so we have two things to focus on. Two things. Higher time, 15 minutes time frame, we do have this as a strong TRL, but 15 minutes, 30 minutes, which is overlapping 15, it means that we can have two ways. It can respect the 15 minutes, give you a rejection and come back again, but then because of 30 minutes and because price are currently is pushing towards that weak TRL, so the only thing that I'm gonna say is also, whatever that happens, if it breaks above, you take buys when you get the confirmations. If it gives you a rejection with the right confirmations, you know that the sales will hold properly. Just giving it a benefit of a doubt. But I'm in denial of what I see there. Gold is just stuck at one price. As I did mention, I'd love to see gold coming back to that 61.8 level. Then I can start looking to buy properly, because currently though, as I mentioned, under 3 minutes, I'm too skeptical about this price. So I'm still gonna wait for price to come back to the 61.8. If it doesn't come, it's okay. It's not a loss. Just gonna let it slide as it is. But I would like to see gold coming back to that 61.8 level, and then maybe possibly look for buying opportunities. For USDJPY, I'm even starting to see blurry visions now. Tomo wanna some blurry visions. That's like, let's be honest, I'm wrong. Right here, I'm wrong. I just need to accept it. I'm wrong here. Then there's also 2 hours left. For the candle to close. Now you also like look at the part of like time wise as well. It's important let price to let the candlestick close first so that we can see how price is doing. But if it does mawaza there, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. Yeah, I'm sure Space is definitely in good profits right now if he took those buys, because right now I'm suffering from that loss. Right now I'm suffering from the loss. Yeah, let's just hold it for the next coming 2 hours. Let's see what's going on. But I'm not gonna close. I'm gonna exactly close it. Maximum loss that I'm risking there is exactly $150, nothing more, nothing less. I'm just risking $150 straight, and then that's when I'll take my L, and that's all. That's all that I'm looking at. None the less, none the more, none the what. Okay, let's take a look at it. See, what did I mention on Euro USD? Came back exactly to what? Came back exactly to that retest area. You see what is going on? The only thing that you need from now on is just to see if whether it gives you the right confirmations of rejections, and then voila, you are done for the day. Then you know that it's gonna hold. So that's principles of trend lines. If it does break and doesn't give you the confirmations, a retest will come. If the retest doesn't hold, it's gonna respect the other one. Simple. Trend line works like that. So that there are certain principles that you need to be looking at, and there's a lot to learn. But if you don't understand them, unfortunately, I'm sorry, you're gonna keep on taking guesswork most of the time. But yeah, let's just wait. Not wait, but just from my point of view, do as you please there on USD, on your USD, from your own point of view, looking at things, and then you can see how Euro USD holds from there. So yeah, and it's rejecting nicely. Yo, I'm telling you, the rejection is a proper rejection. Salutas. That's a proper rejection right there. I see USDJPY now starting to reconsider now. I don't see myself going further with this one. Since well, it has been so long since well, we looked at this one. What have I missed? Am I late? Yeah, you are very late. You are very late. Chawi, please check the AUD USD. Ne? Okay, I will go to AUD USD now. I wanna being in denial. Being in denial will clean me completely. Just being in denial, I'm telling you. And the thing is when you look at USDJPY, ne? The thing is when you look at USDJPY right now, not USDJPY, DXY, its rejection, it's not as fast as this guy. I told this Bruella doesn't listen. Proper risk management, gentlemen. use the JPY has to sell icon. R1. Margin is below. So it's already at 20. Margin is already 205. We still have to hold. We still have to. I'm gonna check AUDUSD. Ne? We still have to hold. I'm stressed. I'm honestly stressed. One of my clients blown his account. Yes, I'm stressed. I'm stressed. Blind. I don't want to lie. Yes. Ish. $100 now. I'm gonna check AUDUSD now. That's crazy. You see, $104 already. 110. Yeah, you see, being in denial. Being in denial will be the end of us. La kabar kenya ko survive mo. There is no such. There is no such. Ain't no such a thing. So in this case, it means that all dollar-related pairs are dropping. Here's the JPY. That's a crazy one. That's what I'm going through right now. Still digesting the loss. Haven't yet hit the loss target exactly, but I'm still digesting it. Still looking at some key points that I'll be like exiting, but if it hits those key points, I'm taking out the trade because the aim is to hold it. So I'm just gonna keep on holding. But yeah, and in the morning I closed a trade which was running at like $1,000 something. Could have just held the trade and close it now. Could have been running at 3,000. Yeah. Yes, DJPY. Look at what it's coming for. Coming for that retest. uNkulunkulu wasemazulwini kwenzakala. See, both of them. I will just take an L if it doesn't hold. If it doesn't hold, we'll take an L, but it is what it is. But yeah, let's check AUDUSD. For those who are looking for AUDUSD, still mentioning this part. Yeah, I'll gain my confidence back. Not in a long time short though. But from my point of view, I'm still on with the same points that I did mention. AUDUSD, you still look for price breaking above, right? And I said someone was gonna blow. Yeah, someone blew, and I'm not happy, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not happy. When people paid for services and then something bad happens, it's like I feel heavy. Man. I feel too heavy. It feels too heavy. So yeah. But at this point, still on AUDUSD, still the same thing. I'll still say that just wait until maybe a proper movement happens when price respects this area. And as I said, there's two things that can happen when it reaches there. It's either it's gonna give you the rejection, or it's gonna break above and push to the upside. And if it breaks above and pushes to the upside, then you can definitely be looking for long buys. And then if it does break below, if it does reject exactly at around those key points, then you can start looking for selling opportunities. Same thing applies to Euro USD. It did just tap there, but as I did mention, we don't have the full confirmations of price giving us the right movement as to is it really holding as long-term sells or not. So you just also have to just wait for it to give you all those full confirmations. Once it gives you all those full confirmations, and then you can start looking at just holding it. Where is that thing? There we go. You will definitely start looking at like holding it if then price gives you the full confirmations. From my side, I'm still on that point to say USDJPY. I see that I am definitely wrong. Like I see that I can, not even I can, but wrongness, like the setup can be quite vague. I can be wrong about what's going on, as I did mention, because of this candle right here. The rejection was too heavy. But I'll wait and see if whether price doesn't reject properly from here, maybe to the downside. If it doesn't reject, then I know that okay, the maximum loss that I'm risking there, it's exactly $150, nothing more, nothing less. So it's either I'm closing exactly $150 or the trade is not really going on. But I know that the loss exactly at around this point is not going to be 150. It's going to be less than 150, but the exact loss that I'm willing to close, if the trade disrespects those key points, then it's exactly 150 max. But looking at looking at this two, Euro USD and AUD USD, from my point of view, it would be like a shock to see Euro USD and AUD USD go in the same direction as USD JPY. It would be crazy to see that. But if it does, it means that you don't have to focus on correlation, you just have to focus on structure. So if the structure is saying this, just stick to the structure and just forget about the rest. Because if structure says something different, and then you trade correlation, because currently looking at this prices right now, if someone is just looking at correlation, I'm telling you, they are really sweating, because look at this. Currently gold is dropping, Euro USD is dropping as well. Okay, that's a good correlation for now. AUD somehow it's just looking like it might buy. So if you're going with correlation, it's not safe. So trade structure, hence I said to is pair when you said when you are in buys on USD JPY, I said it's good that you stick to your own analysis. I may be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I will get my own punishment, and if you are right, then you will get your rewards. You see. So I'm still gonna hold a little bit on AUD USD and not AUD USD, USD JPY, and see what happens. As for Euro USD and others, just hold, just like trade according to what you see, not what I say at this point. Because as I did mention, yes, we did get the retest there, but we don't have the confirmations that gold, AUD, Euro USD is holding sells. We do have this price right here, as we only got a price breaking below without the full principles being respected. So we're looking at the retest. The retest happened, but the retest doesn't have the full principle. The principle has to fully be marked, and once it's marked up, then you know that definitely Euro USD will continue selling. But for AUD, we still waiting. We still just have to wait for the retest around those areas. Either the retest comes with the confirmations of sells, or it breaks above, pushes upwards. Then we know if it pushes, like here now, it's a matter of like the correlation is gonna come in this way. One of the two is gonna break first. So if Euro USD breaks first with sells, then we know AUD USD is gonna come. If AUD USD breaks above, it means that it has the first confirmation. Let me stretch. One of the two is gonna give us the right confirmations first. Either AUD USD is going to retest or break above, and then we know that the other one is gonna fall, and either one of the two. So that's from my point of view, you know. Just do that, but I'm too skeptical about what I see. I'm not gonna be too obvious about what I see there, because most definitely, yes, as we did mention, 4 hours is saying sells. Yeah, like 4 hours is definitely saying sells, but because we also have like the most recent prices, which are really just making me just focus on them first and focusing on the high time frame, because it might have actually respected it than we even think. But because when you go to like smaller time frames, the key lows and the key highs, so under smaller time frames, this key lows under smaller time frames are too far to be used as the recent price confirmations. So the only recent price confirmations that we have is anything around here. So hence I'm saying for this ones, we may have respected them a long time ago. Currently we just have to focus on the recent, as we don't need this one for now. So because we want, you, yourself, and I want to trade currently, we don't want to trade like, even though we want to take like future, like long term, but we also need to use the recent to be able to trade currently, looking at what's gonna happen later on. So hence I'm saying just have to wait for everything to confirm. And okay, there we go. At least the Euro USD has the confirmation now. So on Euro USD, the confirmations now are sorted now. That's one thing. If someone wanted to be asking about Euro USD, now the confirmations are confirmed. But I'm gonna tell you one thing again. This is a weak high under smaller time frames. Under 3 minutes, that's a weak high. Though it confirmed sells, but it's a weak high. So that's why I'm like, just need to also be cautious. So each and every trade that you are taking, just have to be cautious about the consequences if it doesn't hold. So but under 15 minutes, Euro USD confirmed, which is one thing that you needed, because the break below the breakout here happened under 15 minutes. The breakout happened under 15 minutes, so you needed the confirmation under 15 minutes. So yes, I'm saying that it did confirm those sales, but we still have an outstanding price on this on AUDUSD. If it doesn't respect it, then we know that Euro USD gave us what? Euro USD gave us a first break of confirmations, right? So that's what I'm saying. Check GBP JPY. Okay, let me jump on GBP JPY right now. And currently I'm running at $3 loss. I don't know what's going on here. It's just stuck. I'm running at $1. You see there, $1. I'm in profits right now. It's getting into profits on USD JPY right now as we speak. And hence I'm saying, like, as much as we want to trade correlation and everything, structure may be too important to focus on. But as I said, USD JPY can reject heavy from where it is, can do whatever it wants. Two things that we have right now that we also need to look at. The very same candlestick I was afraid of, right here we do have it in the rejection form. So either way, anything is possible at this point. The fact that we have this candlestick as a rejection to the upside, and we also have this candlestick as a rejection to the downside, two things can happen at this point. Understand? It can reject again and buy long, or it can continue dropping. So two ways now. At this point, we're just holding our inner selves and just hoping for the best out of the trade. I'm not saying we're trading because of hope. We are not trading because of hope. We are trading because of structure. But I'm happy that it came back. That's what I'm happy for. I'm not gonna say much, but let's take a look at GBP JPY. You see, one of the other things now at this point is that GBP JPY also broke first. You see, GBP JPY is the JPY correlation. The other one will break first, the other one will break later. You can see already on GBP JPY, we already see price breaking to the downside. It broke first, so it means that USD JPY will do what? Will fall. Look at what was happening right here. In this case, let's take a look at the correlation from here so that you can see. In this case, we had USD JPY breaking first, and then what happened after USD JPY broke first? GBP JPY broke later. So Euro GBP broke later around these areas and then started following USD JPY. You understand? So we do know that one will break first, the other one will break late. So currently GBP JPY has broke first. It's already selling. So the only thing that we just need right now is this part of USD JPY also to fall, because it long broke with a long term, like beautiful long sells, and we haven't had anything on USD JPY as long as that one. We still have less, or rather maybe the volume on USD JPY is less. We didn't have anything, like the sales they are just little, but GBP JPY they are long. So one of the two is possible. If USD JPY also breaks first again as a break above, or it pushes upwards, then it means this one will come back. We have another problem here. Okay, I see. We have another problem. We have a problem here. It never came to these areas. So yeah, that's a big problem. That's a big problem. But yeah, But we'll just keep on holding a little bit longer. So that's what I see. That's what I see. If Euro USD, if these things go in the same direction, if they go in the same direction, is not a train smash. To be honest, it's not a train smash if Euro USD and GBP JPY and also USD JPY, like, they go in the same direction. Stick to structure, and the rest, just forget about it. You see, and take a look at Euro USD. Hence I did mention also, we're just gonna see how it moves, right? As I did mention, I can be right, I can be wrong. So yeah, so as I did mention, we do have that price under smaller time frames as a weak high, and price is trying to reach to those key areas. If it does go and break above these areas, then we do know that it's gonna do what? Where's that Euro USD? We do know that it's gonna go for this trend line. We do have this as a weak high under smaller time frames, and it hasn't respected it, right? If it does respect it and breaks above, then this candlestick is no longer valid for sales. So it means that you have to only get confirmations when price reaches right here. And because on Euro USD, because on Euro USD this is only because on Euro USD that's only a weak TRL, so we will only be waiting for confirmations on AUDUSD for now. That's what you're gonna be waiting for, because AUDUSD is the one that has a full proper trend line that could give us like the first break or the first confirmations as to where is price going. But Euro USD currently is just stuck at two key levels that it needs to respect, so you just have to also wait and see. Negative 500 loss. Hey, it's pair. Hey, when you said negative 500 there, hey, I went in and rushed and looked at my loss. Then I'm thinking, maybe I'm running at negative 500 myself. I'm like, hey, I'm already scared. Like, I was scared when you said negative 500. I was like, oh, yo, what a big loss. But negative 500 loss, that's too much, man. I'm sorry. I was also suffering negative 18, negative 90, negative $110. But I'm not saying it's good to run in a loss, but let's give it a benefit of a doubt. I know you want to win, and I also want to win. I want USDJPY to sell, and you want it to buy. So it's a matter of just seeing how price moves. But I'm telling you, because of AUDUSD, Euro USD having us, like, in terms of, hence I'm saying, if we want to trade correlation, because we want to trade correlation at this point and just understand the long-term movements, we do know that Euro USD, USDJPY, they don't go in the same direction long-term. So we don't want to push it and be as if like we just want to only just sell and close our eyes and be blind about what we see. So we just need to look at what's really going on at this point. So either way, USDJPY, as long as the USDJPY is selling, then we can we can just keep on holding and just see. But also keep in mind, I did mention that this is also a rejection area on USDJPY. If it respects the rejection, I means then I'm dead. So give it a benefit of a doubt, but I'm giving a benefit of a doubt of a sell. But just keep in mind, there are some key points that I also highlighted. It's a rejection area, by the way. If it does reject, then I know I'm a dead man. You understand? So just don't lose hope yet, because it's already sitting at a rejection point. If it does reject, then we know that it's a long-term buy. But if it doesn't reject and continues, then yeah, you are in the right thing. Because right now you can see I'm back at $16 profits. So it's just ranging there. Yeah. So right now we just only hope for the best. Either one of them has to hold and break, and the only one that we have right now is Euro USD. So you only have Euro USD left. That's the only pair that would give us confirmation as to where are we going. But right now I'm telling you, USD, what's this? Euro USD, it's just holding a break. It's just at one price right now, and we're only hoping for it. Check GBP USD. Okay, we're gonna jump onto USD GBP, that part, but we only have that thing stuck at one price, which is Euro USD, and neither is AUD USD trying to break. And what time is it? It's still 9. It's still in the morning, to be honest. Still in the morning. We're far from the job claims. We are far from job claims. It was gonna be better if we were closer to job claims. I was gonna say maybe they don't want to give us the clear direction as early as possible. You see, you said GBP USD, ne? So GBP, and you can see right here, it's still doing mawaza there. Young Tom still playing around. Doesn't want to give us like this one. I don't wanna lie. I wanted to I could have not closed this trade. I'm telling you, this trade, I shouldn't have closed it. I could have been running at a bigger profits. I'm telling you, this thing, like I closed $987 in the morning, and it was around here. Not even around, I think it was around here. If I had just held it, telling you $2,000, yeah, could have been smiling right now, and I'm just only smiling because smiling is necessary. GBP USD. Oh, you said GBP USD, right? You can still see. Well, that's the only things that we only have in right now as confusion at this point, because GBP USD. Let me show you GBP USD. What I saw in the morning for me to take the trade in the morning. Let me remove this nonsense right here. It's no longer holding. On GBP USD, the only things that I had in the morning, the reason why I took the sell was because we have this too. So here's what you need to understand right now, which is very, very dangerous. I did this under daily time frame. I didn't use 4 hours. Ne? Under daily time frame, we have this as a weak TRL. We have this as a strong. We have this as a weak TRL. So I looked at it and I'm like, hey, we are going for long sells here under daily time frame. So under daily time frame, I'm being honest with what I saw in the morning. Under daily time frame, I see that's what I saw in the morning. I wanted to hold the trade up until this price because I saw it was giving me at around like $40,000 profits. But I was like, hey, should I really hold until here? Nah, I'm not ready to be holding that much. So that's what I saw. So from that sale that I took in the morning, I wanted to hold it up until this price. But as soon as price was actually running almost $1,000, I was already, my head was just already spinning around. I was like, hey, you know what? Plus network problems, I was like, let me close. And I did close. Yeah, I thank myself for closing, but as well. But from a daily point of perspective, the target is this price. But we do understand that before it can get here, anything possible can happen around here. So that's why when I look at the 4-hour time frame right now, we do have this as a strong. So this is a strong TRL. So it may have broken below because of a daily time frame, but because of the 4 hours, we may be looking at a possible rejection. Any price, like any rejection that is going to happen on GBP USD can be a form of it respecting the 4-hour time frame. If it doesn't, then it's just gonna continue dropping. That's what I see, because this is a strong TRL, so it means that we may be looking for a rejection, maybe respecting these key points. It can reject from here, possibly after it breaks below. It can reject. If it doesn't reject, then it means long-term sales either way. But it would be too sketchy to, not even too sketchy, but it would be too sketchy to see GBP USD and also USD JPY going in the same direction. It will be too sketchy. It will be too sketchy to see this two go in the same direction. That's what I'm trying to say. It will be too sketchy. It will be too sketchy to see it running in the same direction, because you can still see USD JPY still dropping right there. It's still looking good there. $64. My heart is relieved a little bit. vage piki nyana piki. So yeah, I guess that's what I see from my point of view. Just be safe how you trade, be as safe as possible, but structure is the best way, man. Structure is the best way to go ahead in trading. So that's my best advice. Trading structure is the best, and as you can look at this, you can see USD working Euro USD is just stuck at one price. Because why? We still have this area, we still have this key high as a weak high. So I don't know if whether it wants to go and respect that high or anything like that, because we also have AUDUSD stuck at this point. They didn't respect this area, it's just playing below, and you know, it's just quite another thing to be looking at. So we have so many outstanding prices on both of these instruments to be taking a proper full decision on where is price going for Euro USD and also AUDUSD. We definitely have outstanding prices to be just looking at those things, but we'll just see. We'll see how they move. But for now, let's see. I'm now waiting for emails from my broker for trades close to stop outs. Yes. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. You know, I also don't want to close USDJPY at this point. Like I'm not thinking of closing anytime soon. I'm not thinking of closing. I want, like, you see this price is I'm definitely targeting them. If it doesn't hold, and the thing is, I also don't want to see myself going into drawdown again. Like it's just gonna be sad to see myself running in a drawdown whereas I saw profits. But I also don't want to close. I also don't want to put like stop loss right now, you know. So, but most definitely right now it's a matter of like taking a trend line rejection at this point. I'm just trading a trend line rejection. If the rejection doesn't hold, then we know where it's going. It can push up. That's what I see. So I'll just hold the trade. You know, I just want to close $800 profits on this trade and don't even say anything. But if it doesn't, it's okay. And no, I feel sad for the client that blew his account, and like it's like after he blows, the price starts rejecting. So that's sad, and you can see it's starting to reject there. Rejection is too much. The rejection is too much. You can't trust anything. You can't trust the charts, because 1 minute you are in profits, the next thing you're just in drawdown. It's just too sad. It is just too sad. To my understanding, always trade 10% of your balance. Yes, exactly. Hey, George, you're definitely telling the truth, George. 10%. Like, to be honest, he does take like Mr. Author does take like big trades. As much as I do mention he must keep like the margin level percentage above 1000, he doesn't do that, and I do understand he trusts my analysis. You know, I understand and I appreciate that, but you know, for me it feels heavy when a client takes a loss. As I'm okay in taking a loss. I'm not okay in taking a loss, but sometimes when you know, you guys in the VIP take losses, I'm not like, for the rest of the day I'm never okay. I do know people can say losing is part of the game. We understand. I don't understand when I take a loss. I'm not gonna tell you that I do understand when I take a loss. I don't. It feels heavy to take a loss. It feels heavy. I don't like taking a loss. But I think Euro USD broke first. AUD, it means possibly this could be an outstanding TRL. Maybe we can come back and use it later on, just as like this. Did I remove everything? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. There was a TRL. Okay, I did remove it. There was a TRL somewhere that price respected. I just can't seem to remember which one it was. I just can't remember which one it was. Yeah, I just can't remember. But it might be an outstanding TRL that maybe it can be respected, even if price does drop, and then it will come back and respect it later on. It's still an outstanding TRL either way. But for now, it means that looking at Euro USD, it seems like it broke first. You can see it's still not showing any signs of coming back for that week high right there. So yeah, it's still an outstanding price. USD is still stuck, like literally now $20. It's not moving. It's not moving. I'm scared to see it respect this area as a form of rejection. Like if it respects that as a rejection, I'm cutting out. But now we're still holding the trade. But which other pair should I look at? Oh, gold. I keep on forgetting gold. Yeah. Tango. Asbonge. Yabo. Gold is back at those key prices that I was waiting for. No, spare definitely later on, man. Later on, no problem. Do you have a course? I'd like to have your course. Yep, I do have a course, but my course it's exactly 2,000 rands, which is $110. I do have a course, man. But thanks to gold coming back to those areas, as I did mention, also I was too skeptical about what happened here, which was too obvious. Price couldn't push upwards from this point. It was just too obvious, too skeptical about it. So now we are back at the key point, 61.8 level. So it means from here at the 61.8 level, we look for only few things right now. Either a possible rejection that can hold as a retest to the upside, or or price will continue. If price doesn't hold as buys, then it means that price is doing what? So it means that if price currently fails to give us rejections that are like that follow the principles, then it means that, and it breaks below, then it means that already what is this? Already the Fibonacci won't be holding. So if price doesn't give us those rejections and it comes and breaks below, then it means this is no longer holding. So it means we will have to remove what? It means we'll have to remove this. But for now, we keep it on and we wait for the confirmations. Because right now it's still building. You can still see it's still stuck at one. It's still stuck at one price. It's still building. Nothing is happening. We just have to wait. So that's why I'm like, yo, Gosia, we needed gold to drop to those areas. But we will just see what happens from here. No confirmations, we leave it. Confirmations, we rock. So confirmations, we rock. But if there's no confirmations, either way, it's still okay. We just let it slide. Because I think on gold, I don't want to make any mistakes anymore. I see gold, yes. That's one of the other pairs that I don't like making mistakes. When I take a loss on gold, it becomes personal. When I take a loss on gold, it becomes personal. Because the love for gold is too much. Way too much. The love for gold is too much. Look at this, it's still running here. Look, it's still stuck at 41. It doesn't want to break and like today. But keep in mind, I do understand this part, ne? I do understand this part to say today we have job claims, ne? Today we do have job claims. So the fact that we do have job claims, that says a lot. Neither is USDJPY giving us like proper direction, neither is AUDUSD giving us proper direction. It's like not direction per se, but cleared entries. We're still waiting, and we are almost like hours away from the we are hours from job claims today. Where is it? 9. Do we have job claims, or I'm just thinking we have job claims just because yesterday we had what's this thing? Yesterday we had ADP. So I'm just insinuating, I'm thinking, oh, unemployment claims, yeah, we do have them. Yeah, we do have them. I was just thinking, am I crazy? But we do have them at 2:30. So right now it's 9:41. So we still have hours before the 2:40. You see, so 2:30 I meant to say. So we still have a long way. So because we have this news, that's why also looking at these prices, I think not even one of this thing of saying I think in trading is gonna lead us into losing. I'm not thinking, but part of me in terms of like structure, looking at structure, I think because of correlation we only have Euro USD at this point. Oh, not only Euro USD, we also have GBP USD. We also have GBP USD, that which long broke as long-term sells from there, but at this point AUDUSD is the one that's failing. But for AUDUSD, also don't trade it because of correlation. Just like correlation on the AUDUSD, it might be off. Maybe wait for the right entry, the right key levels that it need to retest, because already maybe Euro USD and also EU barking and GBP USD have given confirmations as to like it's dropping already. So it means that AUDUSD might fall along. So that's what I'm gonna say when it comes to that, because if this one broke first, then it's easier to follow up in terms of the other one. See, best way is to wait for the right retest, the right key points to be respected, then you can go in, because you can see right now it's a rocking, and when it's rocking there, USDJPY is just rocking its prices. It's also just rocking its direction. It's just like stuck. It's still stuck. And this candlestick, if the candlestick doesn't close bearish, I think we're gonna take an L from here. Not an L. I think we're gonna close the little that we have. We're still running at $35. Nothing's happening, nothing's moving. I see there we got like an extra subs. Hey, we got extra 3 subs. That's good. That's good that we have extra 3 subscribers. 4 subscribers, I meant to say. 4 extra subscribers. I appreciate it very much. Oh, the candlestick closed bullish, shouldn't I? Yes. I see when the candlestick closes bullish. That's yes. I also don't even know what to say because the candlestick closed bullish, and which is something I didn't want. Didn't want it to close bullish, because why is it closing bullish when we want price to drop? So the only way is for price to do us justice, maybe drop and never come back. Because if it closes bullish, and then you can see it also started with bearish, the candlestick might want to close bullish again, which is death to us, you know. I don't want that. This one. But just keep in mind this high here, since oil is still weak, it might come back long. You don't know when, but just have it as an outstanding price. But USDJPY, I don't like what it's doing, because I know for sure if the candlestick definitely closed bullish, it will definitely want to close bullish. Like if this one closed bullish, this one might want to close bullish again, because you can still see it's trying to push bearish, but it doesn't have so much strong momentum to do that. And you know, when a candlestick rejects, the rejection is too heavy. When it starts rejecting, it's too heavy. You can still see right now it's still trying to do $50 above there. We haven't even touched like $100 profits, but we touched negative 110 loss. But guys, I think from now on, let me ask, which instrument, lastly, which one is as the last instrument do you guys want me to check? Like as the last instrument, which one do you guys want me to check as the last instrument, so that we can call it off, and then I'll just keep people updated in the VIP, because obviously I have to keep them updated. But if you're someone who's not in the VIP and you're also on the USDJPY trade, and then you can just text me on WhatsApp. You can see the number here. You can see the number right here. So you can text me there on WhatsApp. I'll just keep on, you'll text me, I'll save your number. I'll just keep on posting on this status, just to give you confirmation as to what am I still doing about USDJPY. Have I closed, or are we still letting it run? So I'll just keep on posting there on my status about USDJPY. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go. If it does go, it does go. But yeah. Okay. Then we have gold. Do we have any news right now? What time is it? We're approaching 10. We only have euro. We only have euro news only. So it means people who are trading euro, that's why. So basically today we are only having euro news. We only have euro. Like there's a lot of euro. Like look, euro. Basically the whole up until almost up until 11 o'clock we have euro news. So yeah, that's why maybe you see this movement right here. Too much volatility right now. Just look at it, just indecisive, just playing up and down, mix masala. You just need to be careful. think we will fully just ISDJPY is just doing mixed masala right now. It's not moving. And you see gold right now. Gold is also just playing at that exactly at the same area that we are looking for retest. If it doesn't, as I mentioned, no confirmations of those rejections, then breaks below this. As long as if it breaks below this point, just then no gutia gold ipadile. It would mean gold ipadile. Whatever that we are waiting for, it's not coming. And also we do have working GBPUSD. We have entered the area of the rejection. So whatever that happens within these key areas, if we get a possible rejection, then we are pushing price back upwards again. Possibly only if it starts rejecting properly, full principles in line, then possible. But if it doesn't, then it will continue dropping until that price I told you guys, until that key low. The thing is, that low is too far. If it does not reject, by the end of the day, it means you are going here. If it doesn't reject here, to respect the 4-hour time frame. If it doesn't reject, I'm just saying this, it means we are going downwards if it doesn't reject. But since it's also a rejection point, from my side, I'm still saying we're still looking at a possible push to the upside, just to respect the 4 hours. The break below, yes, it was fine, respected the daily time frame, but because it is too steep as well, 4-hour time frame says we have to be looking at a rejection to the upside. So hence I'm saying the only reason that could lead to a possible rejection is because it's a key valid price for rejections. So yeah, that's what I am looking at. USDJPY, I'm not closing. USDJPY, I'm not closing. I'm sticking to the principles of the trend lines. A high, rejection. Any high that's broken, we look for a rejection all the time. Any low that's respected, we look for a rejection all the time. So simple. I'm doing exactly just that. This daily candle will close in here. Has to even drop up until at least we are saying at least this point. See this area? That's what we are looking at. At least let it drop up until this point. See this? Or somewhere around here. At least. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But that's at least that we are looking at on USDJPY. At least if it doesn't respect this area, then that's a body. At least this price or this one, but maximum has to be this one. This one It's just for control. This one is for control. This one is for control. This one is the actual TP that we are looking at from my side. That's what I'm looking at. Which instrument do you guys want me to look at before I leave? We're only left with 4 minutes. Left with 4 minutes. Maybe in this coming 4 minutes I can give you guys my last say on USDJPY, because see what it's doing. We only got killed by this first bullish candlestick. This one, yes, because this one would also want to close bullish. If it closes bullish, then USDJPY. Trading can trading bore. It's thinking spore, like it bores me a lot. Look at this. Exactly what I was looking at. Just because God, I can punch this laptop. Feels like I can punch it straight from the screen. Because what the fuck? And now it's like the first 15 minutes candlestick closed bullish, the second candlestick closes bullish, which makes the 30 minutes candlestick close bullish, and which we know it's dead. Once the 30 minutes candlestick also closes bullish, it will want the next candlestick to close bullish as well, which makes it 4 candlesticks to close bullish. Trading is just a more. It is just a more risuke. That's 10 a.m. and that's my last bell. That's my last hour. This was my last hour of being live. So from my point of view about USDJPY, here's what I'm gonna be doing on USDJPY. I'm not gonna close the sell. This thing, I'm not closing the sale, though. I'll update the ones in the VIP, but also I'll keep on posting about it there on my status. What am I doing? So as I did mention, my phone number is exactly just that. I don't want to be in denial, but we can clearly also see that we're looking at some rejections, and you can see it's also like a 4-hour rejection, and you know that once we get the 4-hour rejection on this bargain, once we get the 4-hour rejection, it's gonna be too heavy. You know, rejections don't like the price never plays when it starts rejecting, but because we have been waiting for this exactly 2 hours, which now we're only also like in the last hour on the 4-hour candlestick on USDJPY, we've been waiting for it to actually close. And yeah, by just looking at how price is moving right now, I highly doubt it's gonna close with some bearish move. You can already see that it's rejecting heavily, which makes it an obvious point that the chances of price pushing higher, it's very high. But we also just have AUDUSD, and also I'm telling you, I wish I shouldn't have closed, but it's okay. But yeah, we also have EURUSD and also AUDUSD just sitting at or resting at areas of indecision, and we also have GBPUSD resting at a point of decision. So it's only GBPUSD right now that's sitting on a point of decision. EURUSD broke out as a sell. AUDUSD point of indecision. USDJPY, it's resting at a point of decision as well. So it means that the sells that we have right now, they can come out two ways. It's either we're gonna get out crying, or we're gonna get out happy. But I just want to also hold the sells because of a daily, I meant to say I want to hold because of the hourly time frame on USDJPY, and because if you look at the hourly time frame, it still says some few sells. You know, RGBPUSD is moving nicely. That's the beautifulest movement ever. But on USDJPY, I'm only, holding because of the 1 hour time frame. We do have the proper specs under daily time, under 1 hour time frame, as to sell. So it means like from here, the loss that I'm going to close if price doesn't go well, it will be $120. That's max. It's no longer going to be 150, because for a USDJPY, for price to reach here, it's gonna be $120 max. It's exactly just right above that current high. That's 120. But from the 1 hour time frame, it says that we should be looking at long-term sells because of also this candlestick right now, which can be right, can be wrong, both ways. But I'm just going to hold because also we have this. So price did break below, principal applied, so I'm just going to be holding because of 1 hour time frame. And yeah, that's what I am looking forward to do, hold the trade because of an hourly time frame, not 30 minutes, not 15. That's what I'm looking at. But if price rejects heavily, I'm looking at closing that at negative $120, and then that will be my stop out price. So it means that my stop out price would be exactly 140. Any price above 146.862. So So any price above that price, then it means that that would be my exit point. But apart from that, it means that I'm holding because of a day of the 1 hour time frame, and because of also the daily time frame as well, and because of also I'm looking at a daily trend line rejection principle. And then let me see what else. GBPUSD. If you have any questions in the comment section, drop them. I'll answer them before getting out, because right now I'm in a drawdown, and look at the drawdown, -20. Oh, -9, -6, -5. I'm still running in a drawdown right now there on USDJPY. And yeah, let me just hold and not be shaken by what's going on right now. So but 30 minutes time frame, it's saying something different. 30 minutes time frame is saying something different. 1 hour is saying something different as well. So it's either I'm gonna suffer or I will prevail at the end. Right, I take it we don't have any questions. So guys, have a blessed one. We will see each other during the stream, during the day if possible. I don't know what time, I don't exactly have time to go to stream, but from me to you guys, this is me ending the stream. We shall meet again during the day. Have a blessed day and a profitable one. And shout out to everyone who was in the comment section there in the chat box. May God bless you guys.